Trying to ask you. Hello, everybody. As y'all know, I'm still practicing. I'm still testing, uh, getting this together. So I only wait a minute. Where did you just go? I only kind of invite uh like some of my associates and my sister. Uh, I invite some of you guys to come on if you guys are not doing nothing to kind of cheer me on and just kind of go through the beginnings with me. Um, I'm still troubleshooting, troubleshooting everything, troubleshooting everything. I'm trying to get my ring man to stay put so that he can help out to make sure that everything is running right. You can hear me right, the volume's good, all those good things that you need. See, it's gonna be it's gonna be us. I told y'all gonna see us. Not you not gonna be here, baby. Okay, that's us live. That's us live, darling. That's what that is. That's us live. I'm looking for the remote. I Okay, guys, let me explain. I asked him to show me where I could be able to see some of the footage that I've been doing. So I asked, we have a TV right here, and I asked him to pull that up for me so I could see it. And it's like pulling tooth and nail with honey. It's like pulling teeth and nail. Anyway, you guys, I want to talk about. I want to talk about. Of course, I've already tapped in on this open heart surgery bypass that I've had. And I do want to um, talk about it and keep it relevant. I do want to speak on some stuff. Um, and I think that I'm being cautious, and that kind of holds me back from speaking on it because I always want to show a level of gratitude. Um, I want to find something to be grateful for in everything that I go through, pretty much. I hate to be like, I'm never satisfied, never grateful. I don't like to be that way, don't like to come off that way. Um, if I do, of course, I'm human. It's not my intentions. When I speak on all the things that I'm experiencing through my experience right now with having this procedure. Yeah, I'm home now. I'm not in the hospital. Um, I like to keep favoring that I'm doing better. I'm doing better. I'm doing better. I like to keep favoring saying that, but um, I have to say every day is a challenge. This is the hardest thing that I've had to experience in my whole entire life. The hardest. I feel like the doctors have did this procedure, and a lot of them are so unattached that they leave you to your own um, form of process. Like it's like you're a fish out of water. It's like no, they not that you expect for them to hold your hand during the entire process, but you do. It's almost like you throw a baby in the pool and you like swim, swim. And this is what you're getting from surgeons, open heart surgeons. I have to say that you have to make sure that your surgeon is attached some kind of way, that they have a form of compassion for you, for their patient. Um, I don't know if I had enough time to do research on my doctor. My doctor was Dr. Elkins here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And when I tell you this doctor has left me out to dry, literally, he has left me out to dry. It's like they don't care. They don't check in on their patients. Um, they don't care if they see you again or what happens to you after that surgery, pretty much. Um, at least that was my experience. I called the office, which they let me said to me when I left the hospital, well, if you need to talk to anybody or get in touch with one of us, his nurse name was Betsy. She said, call and ask for me to speak to me. And I did a week after my surgery. I did not hear back from them from that day to this one. I end up going to another hospital after a month. Well, I kept going back and forth to the emergency room because I kept having pain, as I still do. Um, but I had pain everywhere in my legs and my chest. Um, and and for you not to know what to expect because there's so many things that could go wrong, and you don't know, you don't have the equipment at your house. A nursing home does not have the equipment. The only equipment that can test you for blood clots, for anything going on in your chest, x-rays, CAT scans, um, MRIs, all that can be done in a hospital setting, cannot be done in a at your home or at a nursing home. So when you do open heart surgery and all these things can happen, like getting infections in your chest or getting blood clots, um, maybe not getting enough oxygen, um, maybe your heartbeat is off from having the surgery. All these things that, and there's more, um, like say infection, all these things that could go wrong. Um, you would assume that they would have a closer hand on the patient, more contact. Um, just I don't know, just not just leave you out to sea to drown, because that's what they do here. That's what my doctor, office integrist, Dr. Elkins, is exactly what he done for me, as far as I'm concerned. It just kind of threw me out to the water and said, swim. If you don't swim, then you're gonna drown. And that's just the size of it. And so I end up going to Mercy, not Mercy, but the Heart Hospital of Oklahoma City off of Memorial. And they didn't really want to, even though I kept going back every week. But every time I went back, I learned more and more. And at the maybe the third time of me being there, I learned that they really did not want to touch somebody else's work, if that makes sense. They did not want to go behind another doctor, another surgeon, and what he may have done or not done. They did not want to speak against him in any way because every doctor it's a code, believe it or not, it's a code. No doctor is going to call out another doctor unless it's something they have done extremely extreme. And I when I say extremely, it has to be something morally that that specific doctor is against for him to report another doctor. Other than that, they're not going to find fault in the care that you get from another physician or another surgeon. They will never cross each other if they can help it. Um, what I learned was 3 weeks um, that I had these stitches that were still in me and that they should have come out, but they did not come out at the hospital. They didn't take them out. When they was cutting uh, little tubes and stuff apart. It was 2 stitches that they left in me. And of course, you had the dissolving stitches, I guess that was in the chest, up and down the scrotum of your chest. And so the 2 stitches that were down below were supposed to be taken out, and they wasn't. And I kept saying, "Oh, I hope these don't get infected," and I kept lifting my breast up over them to keep my breast from touching my stomach, which they already do. And but I knew that these stitches this should not be here. They were supposed to be taken out, but I'm not supposed to take no stitches out of myself. This is heart surgery, um, a triple heart bypass. They have literally opened up my chest. This is not no stitch in my hand, my fingertip, and things of that nature. Something that you might feel like, oh, you could do that yourself. No. In the emergency room 3 weeks later, one of the doctors, I assume she's a doctor, they examining me and I bring to their concern these stitches that's in my stomach. And she says, one was in my neck, and she kind of clicked that and pulled it, and it came right on out or whatever. There was another piece she said that would just, the skin would automatically push it out, that she wasn't going to touch that. Then she looked at the other ones and she said, those have a knot on them, is what I remember her saying. They got a knot on them. I'm not touching those. And then that's when I knew, oh, they don't want to go behind the next doctor and whatever he may have didn't do right. You understand me? And so I end up going back to I went to one doctor and he said, um, I need a referral to see you. I want you to have your doctor to send me a referral, and then I want you to go back and do that follow up with the regular physician that did with the surgeon that did your surgery. I want you to go back to him, and then after that, I'll follow up with your care. Is what the heart hospital doctor said. I'm not going to name those their names. Um, and so I went back to the surgeon. Mind you, I got these stitches in my stomach. Uh, he examines me, and He looks all over 'em. He tells me I'm doing fine and da 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 da, and he don't need to see me no more to follow up with the heart doctor. And I'm like, uh, but my chest hurt. Well, it's supposed to. You had heart surgery. He said, yeah, I know I had heart surgery, but am I supposed to still be feeling this kind of pain? I mean, how far is the pain supposed to be? He said, "Oh, you'll be experiencing some pain and some discomfort for about, you know, 6 months or so. You got to remember." He pulled up my X-ray and he said, "You got to remember, you got these here holding in your chest. He said it looked like pins, in the chest, and that's what you're feeling. And you're gonna feel it up and down the scrotum, and it's gonna take some time for your legs to heal." He said, because we went into both legs to get the artery to put in your chest, and I'm like, okay, but I don't think I'm feeling right. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling like you need to examine me more. He said, it's just your feeling. And I just bust out laughing because I could not believe it. I was like, is this motherfucker for real? Is he for real? All I could think of is you done made 300 and some $1,000 off of me, my body, by ripping my chest open. And now you can give a damn, go swim or drown, basically was his attitude. And I just could not, even though I had felt it anyway, that's why I went to another um hospital. Uh I couldn't believe it. But I knew then that I'm not gonna come back here. There's no purpose. He basically then told me, you don't need to come back to me. You need to follow up. Basically, he was giving me one of the doctors there in that in that hospital. I'm like, I don't want to come back to this hospital for nothing. I already have a heart doctor that I'm gonna be following up with, and if you could take his information and send it, send everything to him, I would appreciate it. And I said, can I get a copy of the chest X-ray? You know what he told me? He said, no, but you can take a picture with your phone. Come on now. Somebody tell me where they do that at. I'm holding my chest. Y'all can't see it. My baby, where he got it, the camera going, y'all cannot see that I'm holding my babies, which is my heart in my hand. Uh-uh. I just could not believe that these doctors did not have a care. So I left there. I took a picture with my phone, and I left there, and I made an appointment to go back to this other physician at the heart hospital. And when I got back to him, he said, I'm gonna let you see if one of my co-workers, one of the surgeons, because I'm not a surgeon, if one of the surgeons can see you. And the first time, it took me like 2 more weeks to see the surgeon, his friend surgeon. Oh, no, I take that back, a week. So I leave him and still with these stitches in me that was supposed to be out when I got out the hospital. I go to him and he finally takes the stitches out. And I asked him, I said, listen, No, he said to me, you went cheating on me and went to another surgeon?" He said jokingly. And I said, "Yes, I'm afraid I did." And I understood what he said. In other words, you went to another surgeon, but you here to see me. Like, and I told him, yes, I did. I didn't know. Somebody tell you got 5 clogged arteries and they clogged at 80 and 90%. I don't know how long they had been clogged, but I was scared at that point to say, well, do I continue life knowing I didn't mean to get emotional, you guys. I really did not. But this is what it is. This is what it is. Um, this is my days. Um, Sometime my nights thinking about what I feel like I put myself through because I don't know if it was the best idea to have this surgery, not knowing that I would be thrown into the water to be able to either swim or drown. And if you don't know how to swim, I'm telling you, I'm dog paddling because I don't know how to swim. This is not I don't know how to swim in real life. But this is not something that I'm familiar with. At least I am familiar with a pool or the lake, or the ocean. I'm familiar with those things. So, you know what I'm saying? I know that I can't tread that much water, so I'm not going to get in it. I'm not going to take the chance to get into some water and I can't swim. So, I feel like because the way they treat you is they throw you in the ocean, and throwing you in the ocean is doing this open heart surgery and leaving you hanging is throwing you in there and basically just taking their hands off of you and say you gonna swim or you gonna drown. And that's the position that I've been put in, and I'm choosing to swim, y'all. I'm choosing to swim, but I'm just dog paddling. I'm not stroking. Uh, Unfortunately, I'm not stroking. I'm just dog paddling, but I'm keeping my head above water. Um, these are the parts of a triple uh, open heart bypass surgery. Cabbage, as they call it, because they go in your leg and take out arteries and repair your heart. Um, Again, like I said, I didn't mean to get emotional, but I believe that some of this, of me doing this iPod, I'm going to get emotional, you know, and because I'm going through it. And I think if um, I think even after I pass this, I think I still have emotions around it because I would still look at um, the whole picture and know what I had been through, what I went through, how I felt while I was going through it, and I could probably still get emotional during that time. Now, I don't want y'all to think that my podcast is only going to be about open heart surgery. It is for the current time, and that's because I'm going through it. It's because I actually got on YouTube 2 days ago to see what other black women. I'm gonna keep it real. Black women, women of color, what they was going through. What was some of the trials and tribulations that they crossed um, with having open heart surgery? And I know there's more than me out there, and I'm not saying that it wasn't none on YouTube, but I searched and searched and I kept coming up with white men. Mhm. It was one white woman and her name was Cynthia. Um, but her procedure wasn't the same as mine. And so, but it was still, nevertheless, it was still dealing with the heart. But it was no um, women of color, nobody. And even the men, I guess some of the men was telling it like what they were going, because I listened to some of them, but I just kept looking at them and saying, but they men. Men is different. They ain't got no titties, unless they were heavy men, and when you heavy, I guess they will have some of the same problems as us because of the weight would kind of, because for me, um, I hold my chest a lot because the incision makes me feel like, I need to keep my titties together, everything together, and then lift it. So it's not stretching the mark, like stretching it down here and stretching it open, the incision there. Even though the incision is closed, it's healing up pretty good. Um, well, it looks like, because again, I'm in the ocean dog pedaling. So I really don't know what um, healing really is because it's not like I go through just getting cut up and broken open and stuff like that. So that's not something I experience all the time or ever. The other thing is that it burns, you know what I'm saying? It has the burning sensation. It feels like it's being stretched open. So then I don't know if it's actually healing like that on the other side. On the side that I can see, it looks better, um, than it did when it initially was done. Of course, the stitches are dissolving or have dissolved. And so, they all tell me you so far out that, you don't have to worry about it, like just busting open and stuff like that. If it didn't do that, I guess the first week or whatever, so I'm good. I'm not sure. Again, I'm in the ocean. In the ocean, meaning, I'm either gonna swim or I'm gonna drown, and I'm dog pedaling, you guys. Um, I don't know if I would want to advise somebody. I would like to be able to say, girl, if you need to have this surgery, you need to go ahead and have it. That's what I want to be able to tell a motherfucker. Oh God, that's too funny. But what I'm going through right now, I'll be like, bitch, you better not do that shit. Mm-mm. You better not do that shit, girl. Fuck what they talking about. If you feel all right now, then keep going as long as you feel all right. Wait till it happened, then fuck it, and that's bad. I don't know if that would be the best advice to give a friend, um, a family member, an enemy, because I wouldn't want my enemy to go through this. I don't know if that would be the best advice to give them, but I also, with what I'm going through right now, don't know if the best advice would be to tell them to go through with it. because you guys, I was not feeling none of this prior. I didn't have shortness of breath. I wasn't walking around holding my chest. Um, I was not having no issues. Okay. Um, I thought, okay, I'm having a little shortness of breath, you know what I'm saying, doing sex, but I mean, nothing that I felt like I had to get my asthma machine for or I need to get the inhaler. It wasn't that kind of out of breath. It was just that this nigga looked like he's stronger than me. Like, maybe he done took something and I need to go to the doctor and see if they got something for me. So, with me being getting ready to turn 55, I'm like, I'm gonna ask the doctor shit, it's 2024. They should have something for women by now. Maybe I just don't know. I go to my doctor and I say to her, same thing I'm saying to y'all, he got more strength than me. I think he taking something. I need something to be able to keep up what y'all got for women. She's, started laughing and she said, they don't have nothing for women. And the stuff I could give you, which is some kind of hormones or whatever, they could cause cancer if you smoke. But I know you quit smoking 10 months ago, she said. But I don't know if you've been not smoking long enough to take some kind of estrogen hormone pills. And all that'll do is, I think she said, kind of make you wet, make your coochie wet or whatever, which I think my coochie was wet. I needed energy. And she said, but, I don't know if you quit smoking long enough to take that. So I said, I don't want that no way. If it causes cancer, shit, fuck it. I just won't be able to keep up. She said, but let's run some tests anyway, you know, to make sure that the blood is flowing to your heart and everything is good, so therefore, you're not having any problems. I'm like, okay, what the HE double hockey stick? Why not? Because the last thing I'm thinking is something going on. So we order pap smear, do all that, the annual stuff. We order stress test, blood test, everything come back good. I go to do the stress test. Mind you, I've had stress tests before. And before, when I had them, they put you on this treadmill. And baby, something about that treadmill is different than the treadmill at the gym. Because I'm telling you, every time I get on it, I used to get on, I jump up off of it like, shit, I can't do this shit because I'd be damn near out of breath, right? So then they have the other one where, they do the IV and they shoot up in you and you still feel like you running, and you get tired. But I said, I'm gonna go for that one with my lazy ass. I'm gonna go for that one instead of the treadmill. So I go for that one. And basically, I'm taking it. I'm like, oh, this didn't change because it didn't make me feel like I was, like hey, I'm about to pass out from running around the track. It didn't make me feel like that. And my brother called me while they was taking my pressure. And I answered the phone. He said, what's going on with you, sis? I said, nothing. He said, you sound like you high. I said, no, I'm good, because, you know, I'm good. It's a norm for me. And the lady said, just as he said that, the lady said my pressure was 50, excuse me, over 60. I'm still thinking I'm doing good, that's got to be good because the pressure is not high. It was low. So she give me this medicine and bring my pressure back up. Everything good. They give me a cup of coffee. Afterwards, I go on home. They called me about 2 or 3 days later and tell me the stress test came back abnormal and they need me to come in and see the doctor and da 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 da. Go see the doctor. He tell me he gonna run this camera thing, but he'll put me down. I won't feel nothing, and he's gonna run this camera. It's a little thin microscope camera, whatever. I won't feel nothing, but he gonna put me down anyway, and that's gonna tell him if I have any clogged arteries, and if I do, he will do the stents at that time during the time, right then. I'm like, okay, he make it seem like it's easy peasy. It's nothing. So I go to the hospital. I have my family meet me there. I make all this food and, because I don't want nobody to leave the hospital. I want everybody to stay, because so often people go to have procedures and family leave for one reason or another. Most of the reasons is because they're hungry. And I just didn't want people to leave, and I didn't want my immediate family to be hungry while they were sitting there waiting for me to come out, which was my daughter and my daughters and my husband, and then my siblings, and they end up coming and they sat out there as well. So this particular time, nothing ended up happening. They did a test, supposed to have put me down, and they didn't. I felt the micro whatever camera go through my veins, through my wrist. I jumped up off the table screaming, uh, y'all done fucked me up. Screaming, excuse my language, YouTube. Y'all didn't mess me up. You know what I'm saying? And period, they had. Afterwards, I found out I had the 5 clogged arteries. I think they said 3 of them were 80% and 2 of them was 90%. So they wasn't gonna do any stents. I needed to come back and have surgery with a surgeon, and they was gonna get me in contact with them. So they scheduled me an appointment to come back to see the surgeon. Mm, I forget how long. I think it was maybe 2 weeks after that appointment. And then after 2 weeks, I went and seen the surgeon. He scheduled me to come in for surgery for January the 2nd, which was damn near a month out. And I'm thinking, okay, it's good after Christmas, the holidays. I get to spend the holidays with my family, and but the whole time I'm walking around with these clogged arteries, and I don't know what could happen. Everybody's like, you could have a stroke, you could this, that, and the other. But didn't none of that happen. I cooked Christmas dinner, I cooked Thanksgiving dinner, and I mean a big dinner. You know, I I did my normal life. And so of course I was moving with caution because now I know I have uh 5 clogged arteries. And so now I want my husband to ride with me. I'm still driving, but I'm like, honey, go with me. Wherever I go, I'm like, honey, come on, go with me. I don't want to go by myself. So I slowed myself down from going, knowing that I had this going on, but I still was living uh, a pain free life, a chest uh, free, a pain free life, uh, a heart pain free life. Um, so that's why I said, when people say, how to gauge how you feel, I don't have anything to compare it to because I did not feel none of this prior. Now the stuff that I'm feeling, I'm like, Lord, is this normal? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? I feel like somebody's foot is on my chest every day. I mean, literally, and that's even on the pain pill. I feel like somebody's foot in a size 13 too. Not no size 6 little shoe. Not no baby foot, not no infant foot. A motherfucker with a excuse me, you too. A person with a size 13 shoe, baby. I feel like they just thumped my chest and left their foot bearing in it. And they weigh about at least 400 pounds. That's my imagination that they heavy as hell with a large foot. 13, as a matter of fact. Bigger than a 10. This stuff is horrific. I feel like he cut me too far because when I bend my head down like this, my chin hits the scar. My chin. Now I know I got two of them. It's not the second one. It's the first chin. This one hit right here and it hits the scar. I feel like he cut me too far. So when I said that I would be talking about um different parts of emotions and some not just emotions but some facts to open heart surgery, I'm gonna give you the real. Um so when someone else goes to Google um open heart surgery, I don't know if I come up then, but black women with open heart surgery, hopefully I come up. Hopefully this will be good to someone else. Um, I would probably tell them to watch it before they have the surgery. I don't know if my well, maybe it'll help you for comfort, for therapy. Once you have once you have the surgery, because that's what I was looking for. I was looking for comfort to find maybe someone who had been through the same thing as me. Um, and like I said, not just someone, one woman of color. And I didn't see him. Uh, so I decided I needed to talk about what I'm going through while I'm going through it. I think once I'm over it, I think I'll been and forgot some things. So I wanted to start earlier, start my process earlier with talking about it. I kind of wanted to talk about it right out the gate. Um, and that was before I knew it wasn't no women of color on YouTube. I just wanted to share my story with women because I went looking for a sex pill and end up having open heart surgery, a triple bypass. And so I wanted to share that story with women out there to not ignore some of the simple things that they may think is not pertaining to nothing, or they chop it up to some BS. And the whole time something serious is going on with their body. And maybe they can prevent it. I've had some people tell me, a lot of people tell me, I don't even want to know. Man, I don't even want to know. I don't want to go through that. I don't want to know. I don't want to have it on my mind. I don't even want to know. Shit, I'm just going to go on out, go on out. I've had some people, matter of fact, more than I like to admit, tell me that during this process of what I'm going through, tell me that, hey, they wouldn't even want to know if they were uh, had problems with their heart or something like that, or something bad was going on with them, they wouldn't want to know. And I guess I can say I kind of can relate a little bit, but I believe in longevity. I got so much I want to see, I got so much I want to do. You know, um, I've had a blessing stored upon me that I want to talk about, but I'm not going to talk about it now because Um, and it happened to me during this process. I did have a blessing to come out of this. Um, and like I said, I do want to talk about it. I want to talk about it. It's so many parts to that that I want to talk about. But right now, I'm just trying to heal. I'm trying to be grateful. I'm trying to be thankful for it, and I am thankful for that blessing. I believe God do things for a reason. It's an out of body experience. It's almost like all this is a out of body experience. I feel like I'm sleeping, like maybe a coma type of sleeping, and all this stuff is going on in my dreams. And I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna be like, I was dreaming, girl, you not gonna believe the stuff I dreamed. You know what I'm saying? I dreamed that I had a triple heart bypass surgery. I dreamed that this took place that I never knew about in my life. I dreamed, you know, my daughter and my husband and Majesty had a job at the bank, and I dreamed, all this stuff was going on. I wish I could put in I dreamed I won the lottery too in there. And it'd be a part of this I mean, not just won it like a dollar, $2 ticket. I mean, became a millionaire. Let me speak it into existence. I wish I could say that, all the reality that's going on for me that I wish was a dream. Um, I could wake up from. I wish that I was a millionaire too in this process. And I'm still wishing maybe that'll happen as well. It's not too late. Um, but um, it's like an out of body experience. It's like I'm gonna wake up and all this stuff was a dream. And then I'm gonna be telling one of my besties, girl, it was good. It was so good. I could write a book. I dreamed I started my podcast about open heart. Well, I've had this podcast going for a minute and it's been about my comedy and speak on it with the sweetest. Back when my uncle was living, he was my first guest on my podcast. Um, and I really can't even say how many years ago, but it was before the actual comedy. So that then after that, I started doing the comedy, and now I'm doing this, which is still a part of my comedy. But if you find something funny, please feel free to laugh. It's emotional, but I'm a person that love. I love laughter. I want people to laugh, but I also want you to understand how I'm feeling. I also want you to know if there's someone going through what I'm going through, have them to tap in if you think it will help them, because I'm also a caring and sharing person. So I want to care and share what I'm going through to help the next person. But like I said, I also like comedy. So if you find something funny, go ahead and tickle your fancy, baby, because I mean it to be just that. And maybe I don't, because sometimes I'll be serious and people be laughing. They be like, girl, you so funny, you so funny. I'll be like, but I'm serious, it's a heart attack. And sometimes I'm so serious that I don't give a hoot if you laugh or if you don't. It don't make me no difference. So it all depends on what's for you. And I may not be your cup of tea that you want to listen to. You might be like this motherfucker all over the place. She crying and then she wants you to be laughing, then she gets serious, then she get angry. Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing all that on my podcast. Not just with my heart, because I don't know what all life gonna send me through. But whatever life send me through, I'm gonna share it with you. I'm gonna speak on it with you. And if you have some things that you want me to speak on for you because you can't speak, I'll speak for you. I ain't got no problem. Tap in and tell me. Now, right now, if you giving your comments or saying anything, I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see it. Um, but I don't think nobody's writing anything anyway. But if you write something, if you have a question, when I got my glasses on and I can read it, I would definitely answer your question if I can. If I can't, I'll get the information, and the next time I'm on, I'll try to address your question. Um, if I'm not able to address it at that time. But like I say, feel free, ask me anything. I mean, I ain't got no problem with sharing. Sharing is caring. Um, I do want to tell you, I'm gonna get my husband in here too, so we're gonna talk about some of everything. Like I say, right now, I'm talking about um, I'm talking about my open heart procedure, um, and there are a lot of parts to it. Emotional parts to it, physical parts to it. So I'm tapping in it now, and like I said, I'm trying to be cautious because in the midst of speaking my experience, I don't want to hurt the people that have been here for me. And if I don't name names, no matter if I'm giving gratitude or attitude, if I don't single people out, then folks don't know who I'm talking about. And everybody might assume that I'm talking about them. And I might be talking about some of you, but some of you I may not be talking about. And I don't know how to communicate everything just yet. Just like it took me a minute to decide how was I going to talk about the medical care that I've got. How far did I want to go? And who did I want to name? And I had to decide, do I want to say the doctor's name? Do I want to say his nurse's name? Do I want to say what state I'm in? Do I want to give up that information? Um, do I want to say what doctors that I end up having to run to get help and all that kind of stuff? And I decided that I did not want to expose or speak on where the doctors I'm currently seeing trying to get better. I did not want to speak on them. Um, but I did want to speak on the surgeon that actually did my procedure. I think if I kept hiding behind the doctor, with no name, that I wasn't giving clarity to you guys and I wasn't being truthful to myself of what my true feelings are, who hurt me. And that's what I feel like he did. I mean, he may have helped me, but he also hurt me, you know. Um I He hurt me, and I feel more hurt than I do help because, mind you, I had not experienced what people are telling me that I could have experienced. And because I could have experienced it, I'm grateful, but I had not experienced it. So I'm hurt. I'm hurting. And I was left hurting. And so I had to decide how was I going to communicate on this podcast, speaking about him and the care that I got at this hospital, Integris Hospital. And I'm speaking on it. And I feel like there's more to speak on it because I should have been having the podcast as I was going through it because you don't forget when it's new to you, you can speak on what you just experienced, what just happened to you, how it just happened to you. If you wait sometime you kind of forget and things come back to you. They come back to you, be, oh yeah, that's and this happened. And yeah, and it may not come back to you all at one time, your experience. So I may still be talking about the care that I got from the surgeon doing this procedure and the care that I'm getting and where I'm at in this process and how lost I am in this process. Like I said, I'm out here in the ocean. I've been thrown in the ocean. I went on this cruise and they threw me in the ocean. I paid to go on this cruise, $300,000 cruise. I took my body on, and they threw me in the ocean. Um, and they said you either gonna swim or you're gonna drown. And I can't swim, y'all, because I don't know nothing about these troubled waters. I can't swim in real life, but I know a ocean when I see it. I know a lake when I see it, and I know a pool when I see it. And I know not to go that far near them because I can't swim, so I'm not getting close to that water. I'm not going to the beach and walk all the way down there to the wave. No, I may go to the beach, but I'm standing way up here on the dry area in my bathing suit. I don't need my feet to get wet. If I go to the pool, I'm going down here to the 3 feet and sit down and put my feet in. I'm not probably gonna get in the whole pool because I don't want my little body to float down there to the 6 and 7 and 10 feet. So I'm gonna be down here to the kiddie area, 3 feet, or the jacuzzi. That's as far as I'm going. I know my limitations because I know I can't swim. This cruise I went on, I didn't know that I was going to be thrown in the ocean and be told to uh, swim or drown. And right now I'm dog pedaling, and I mean dog pedaling, man. My little pole arms, they so tired trying to keep my head above water. Mm-mm-mm. If you only knew, I tell myself every day, I'm doing good, I'm doing better. I'm taking it one day and one step at a time. I'm trying to speak all the positivities in my life and in my daily. You know what I'm saying? And Lord, if you let me keep waking me up, I'm gonna keep taking and putting one foot in front of the other. I'm speaking all this into my life, into my spirit, because I want it. I want life bad. I want it. I want life bad. I want to live this thing. You understand me? I had no intentions on tampering with life, which is what I feel like I done done. I feel like I done went gone and tampered. I volunteered to go on this cruise. You see what I'm saying? Even though I want to go on a cruise, all my peoples that's listening, I do want to go on the cruise. That's reality. But I'm speaking a metaphor. Uh, I feel like I volunteered to have this surgery. Uh, I looked for this, and this is what I found. And then once I found it, the people I entrusted my money because they made money off of my body. It was a $300,000 surgery, you guys. They made their money. Everybody got an arm, they got a leg, they got an earlobe, and they done went on about their way and left me to drown, you guys. Uh, they ain't even threw no life jacket. What them things called? Uh, what little circle? What the damn circle called? I can't think of it, y'all, but y'all know what it is. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They ain't even threw one of them out of here so I can float. A little floater. I can't think of the name of it, but they ain't threw none of that here to help. I've had to keep going around searching and searching and searching for help. I'm still looking for help because I'm still um with no understanding of this process. I don't know what I'm supposed to be experiencing, you know. Some folks say, well, after, 8 weeks, you shouldn't be feeling this and you shouldn't be feeling that. And I'm thinking, well, if I'm still feeling it, then maybe something wrong because I'm still feeling some things. And I'm trying to feel out is these the things I'm supposed to be feeling? Y'all keep telling me what I'm not feeling, and I'm telling y'all what I am feeling. So I'm just trying to say, hey, let's match up. Can we match up? Can we match up? It don't look like we can match up, honey. People feel like, hey, I can't make no money off of you. That was the beginning of that was your stipend for the year, $300,000. Now you can't get that kind of money off of you, so we can't do too much for you this year. Now maybe if you can hang until next year when you get your other stipend, your medical stipend, we can do something for you. You know, I don't know how it worked with this medical thing, but they got some kind of scam on how they do things. Anyway, I think I have been on here a whole hour. Yesterday I did like 15 minutes. I couldn't stay long. So some days gonna be longer than the other, you guys. And I don't know what to that you're gonna get. I don't plan it. I don't react this thing. I don't go in here and figure out how I'm gonna do it, what I'm gonna do. I just say, let me go and do it. I'm trying to commit and do this every night. So if I can, it may be some nights that I miss. Please understand that I just wasn't able to. Either I was in pain, either I didn't wasn't in pain and I didn't feel like it. Excuse me, or I just didn't feel like it. Um, just know that I'm trying to stay consistent though, but I'm not promising every night, but I like to show up with you guys every night. Right now, we're talking about this and what I'm going through. It's going to get deeper because I'm going to tap in on other parts of this experience that I'm going through with this surgery. All the healing point parts of it and emotions of it. And so there's more to come. But I want you guys to know that down the line, because I got some stuff planned for you. I got some stuff that's piping hot. I mean, when I say piping hot, I got some jokes. I got some good old comedy, just make you laugh. I want to talk about so many different things from Trump, which I'm not a political girl, but I still want to tap in on it a little bit. And then from reality to where we at to the economy, to relationships. I got a lot in store for you guys. I really do. And we're going to speak on it with the sweetest. I mean, hey, it's nothing is off limits here. You know what I'm saying? I just want you guys to know that I love you. I enjoyed you. I appreciate all the support, everybody who tapped in. I don't know if I have a page that says subscribe, but if it does, subscribe, um, so that I can stay on or get some chips or whatever it is that they do. Because I'm new at this. I don't know how it worked, but however it worked, you guys support me in the best way that you can. Please pass it on to another friend if you're not ashamed of me or ashamed of what I'm talking about. And if you enjoying it or you may feel like somebody's going through what I'm going through and they could use this, use it for as the information as far as the comedy, maybe uplifting, give them some laughter, give them some thought, give them some therapy, whatever it is that I could do to help someone, pass it on. I don't mind. This is not a kept secret. I don't want the people that are seeing me to keep it as a secret. Pass it on if you're not ashamed. I need that. I need you to pass it on. I want people to see and just know that I'm a grow and I'm a grow into different subjects. But right now, this is the subject I'm on. And for the people that can't see me and see the progress that I'm making, you can tap in here and I'll try my best to shoot you guys if I can think about it ahead of time and let you know I'm going on in 5, tap in 5, I'm going in on in 5 or 10 minutes or however it is, just to let you know. And if you able, you get on. If you're not, then you don't. Go watch it later. It's okay with me. Whatever you able to do is all right with me. And just know that I'm gonna be talking about everything. But right now, this is what I'm talking about. And I'm through talking for the night. I love y'all and thanks a lot for the support. Pass it on. God bless. Talk to you later. This is the sweetest. Holla back. Oh.